Hi there, boys and girls. I am back with a special Halloween edition of Steak and Brush. Before we get into it, as always, if I could ask you to like my channel and subscribe and go ahead and give a thumbs up to this video and share it with any of your makeup loving friends, and follow me over on Instagram at steak_and_brush. All right, so Halloween is, from when this goes up, it'll be in 2 days. If you're anything like me, you don't have a real costume. Once you hit a certain age, and a lot of times once you hit a certain size, Halloween costumes aren't the easiest thing in the world. Everything is built for skinny girls, or you get a black sack and they call it a witch costume. And that's just, boring. So costumes themselves aren't really my thing. They're just a little too difficult. But what is my thing is makeup. But I'm not an artist. My drawing skills are just not terrific at all. And so, you see all these people that create these great avant-garde, they look like their skin is ripping, or, all kinds of awesome things, but I don't have that just artistic ability. So I scoured the internet for a artistic and pretty makeup that wasn't overly complicated. I could do lots of color and shadow and stuff like that. I just, like, there's a beautiful one out there with, they've got like bats coming out of their eyes. I just can't even draw bats. I'm going to be doing some straight lines, and that's going to be testing my artistic ability. So, but I did come across a few things, and one I did find was a kind of like Harlequin kind of makeup, not to be confused with Harley Quinn, which is cool in some reiterations. I'm not too fond of the newer ones, but I want to go more Harlequin just with my makeup, not a costume or anything. And this is what I found, and I will put it up in one of these sides here, wherever I can fit it. And it looked it looked a little easier to do. And something that was in my talent field, I guess, if we want to call it that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to try to recreate this. I have tried once and it worked out pretty well, but there are definitely some more things that can be worked on. So we're going to go ahead and try it. Now, the original has a very, very pale complexion. I didn't want to go into like, I didn't want to buy Halloween makeup. I wanted to stick with just things I have. So I've put on the lightest foundation I have, which is the Ordinary's color foundation stuff. I'll put it in the description box below. It's not super pale or anything like that, but it's just the lightest I have. Because I also want to be able to wear this out and not feel, sticky like Halloween makeup can do. So what I'm going to use mostly for this is the Revolution Forever Flawless in Constellation. It has lots of the colors that I am looking for. Oh, I'm sorry, I completely blinded you. So we're going to work with that. While I'm thinking of it, I will tell you, I just put on these nails. I got them at the dollar store too. If you remember the last ones I got, I really, really liked, but these were for the LA Colors Halloween line. What did I do with the box? I can't even find the box. But the LA Colors, and I do not like these nearly as well. If you remember again from the other video, I have very fat thumbs, and I found one that pretty much fit this one, but it comes with 12 nails. Every single one of them is a different size. And this one really doesn't even fit my thumb at all. So that's very very uncomfortable. The lengths aren't even remotely the same. If I decide to keep them on, I'm gonna have to file them down, but I'm not even sure I'm gonna do that. So it's not worth it yet until I've decided. I just realized I had not done my eyebrow, and even though I'm going to be covering it up with eyeshadow, it still needs to be filled in so it don't show my scar. So I did that real quick off camera because that's really not, you know, important to this makeup. And I wanted to let you know I did set my face with the Becca Hydro Set Powder. Alright, so I am going to go in with, which brush do I want to use? I'm going to use more of a, not quite an eyebrow brush, but it is one with a angle on there. And I am going to go in with this, I'm trying to do this without blinding you, into Venus here. And I am going to do my eyebrows. Let me zoom you in here. Okay, that's a little better there. All right, I'm just going to cover up my eyebrows here with that color. This and the Purple Cosmic are going to be pretty much the colors I'm using today. Now, I'm not super experienced with doing Halloween makeup, so don't be afraid to try if you're not either. Even if you just want to do like a really bold and wacky eye thing that you just normally wouldn't do on another day, you can get away with it because it's Halloween. And I am just going right over my natural brows with that color. Okay. So, whoops, I just dropped it. I have more and more things on my vanity every day. I'm just running out of room. All right, so next I'm going to move into the eyeshadow itself. And if you look at the picture, and I will try to remember to put it up again here, it looks like the top eyes and the bottom of the eyes are separated by purple, and the bright pink, then purple and bright pink. So we're going to go ahead and try that. And I think I'm going to use a cheap brush for this, so I'm not staining any of my good brushes. Again, I'm going to go in with Venus, and I'm going to do this first section. I did prime my eyes with my Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. I also am going to be wearing fake lashes, so I want to bring this up far enough that you will see it over those. Now there are a lot of Halloween sets out there now, makeup sets. Wet n Wild is kind of gone crazy, and that's a good thing because they're cheap, but you know, they've put out a lot of like little Halloween makeup sets. They have lots of colors that you wouldn't normally probably buy, and they have some sets with the more like the water-based colors that are a little more, they're less fashion, more Halloween makeup, but they feel like more regular makeup, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay, so we are pretty pigmented there, but that's what we're looking for. Okay. I'm just color switching as always, but this is even more important since I'm using such bright, vibrant colors. Okay, I'm going to go in with that Cosmic there. And there is a pretty distinct line over here. If I go a little crazy, I might have to clean it up with some concealer, but we'll see. I'm going to do a little bit of blending in between the two, but not a whole lot because there is going to be a line there. We go down the bottom and the colors are reversed. Whoop, already got some right there. We'll have plenty of time to clean it up though. And the pink is not as, does not go as far over, so. I love Halloween though. It's not, my husband is the real Halloween junkie. He actually takes a week of vacation off every year around Halloween so he can watch Halloween type movies and TV shows. And he loves trick-or-treating. He sits out and hands out candy. And when I say hands out candy, you know, he doesn't give a few pieces. He doesn't give a handful. He gives like handfuls to every kid. It is crazy. He always worries that we don't have enough, even though we always have tons left over afterwards. He's just always paranoid about that. Okay, I'm going to try something a little different from the first time. I still want this to be kind of a beauty makeup. So I'm going to go in and deepen up the creases with, for the pink, I'm going to go into this color, this Mars here, and I'm going to go into Retrograde for the purple on the tops here. See if I can make this a little more of a beauty, not just a Halloween look. I don't know if this will make much difference, but I'm going to try. I have to go in much heavier handed than I normally would because it's already heavy handed to begin with. And there goes more in my inner crease, or my inner eye. Let's go into the Retrograde. Okay. Now Now I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup and a little bit of blending before I go in with my eyeliner. I'm going to be using a lot of eyeliner. Okay, I'm just going to try to blend the top of this out, because even though it's Halloween, we still don't want harsh edges. Amazingly, for as much as I put on there and as much as I dug in, I am the only, I'm not getting any real fallout. It's just all where I've hit myself while trying to apply. That is user error. Okay, now let's get some concealer out and see if we can fix this so I don't look quite so dead because of that color in the eye there. Nope. One. I have to look at 3 different concealers to find the right one. Fix that first. Let's see here. These corners need distinct lines. Okay, now I'm going to be doing a lot of work with an eyeliner, and I've chosen to use a liquid eyeliner. I'm going to use, this is the Hank and Henry Blickity Black, for no other reason than it's not, I like it, but it's not my favorite. And for Halloween makeup, I don't necessarily want to be using all of my favorite stuff. Now, as you see, we've got several lines we have to make. This is where I went a little too thick the last time I did this. So I'm going to attempt to do this a little better. So let's see. Of course, it's not super easy when you have crepey eyes. It's a little, it's thinner than it was last time, but not quite as thin as I wanted it. The problem is I go over it to try to make it straight, and it makes it too thick. I think I've done it again. Oh well. Okay. Now I'm going out here. That one was a little better. Going down there. Oh. Doesn't look even at all. Not great, but not horrible. Let's see where we're going here. I'll work from there, and then I'll put the little balls on the top later. All right, so now we need to really heavily line everything. If you guys are dressing up this year, tell me what you're dressing up as. Or what are your kids going as? My daughter, who does not trick or treat anymore because she's 19, she is dressing up, I guess, just to hand out candy, as some kind of dog butcher with, not a butcher that butchers dogs, but a dog who is a butcher with a bloody butcher knife and a bloody apron. I don't know if this is something completely out of her head or if it's a costume from or a character from something. I have no idea, but oh, I'm getting it in my waterline. Okay, definitely not my best eyeliner job ever. Oops. But I am going to go over this with some black shadow in a minute, so we'll buff a little bit of that out too. Oh, this is such a weird angle. Okay. Now, again, like I said, I am going to go in. Go ahead and use this brush again since I still have it. I'm going to go into Mercury here and just kind of buff out around that liner so it's not such a harsh line. Oh, just went into cluster. Yeah, let's try cluster and see since I accidentally went into it. It has a more silvery sheen. At least on the top that worked. That covered up my shaky lines. Here's another thing. Do the areas that you live in, do they trick or treat on Halloween night itself? Here they do. And I always remember trick or treating on Halloween night. I mean, maybe I'm wrong and I'm just remembering things wrong, but my cousin was mentioning because where he lives they don't have a lot of sidewalks, that they do it the Saturday before at like 4 or 3 to 5 or something like that, so that it's during the daylight. And I mean, I understand the safety issues and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's not Halloween. And if you are, if you do live in a home where kids come around, have you noticed there's less and less kids coming around every year? It's kind of sad. I know with, you know, there are issues with that too. A lot of them go to like trunk or treats and things, but hell, when I was a kid, we would do like, you know, the mall would have a trick or treat, you know, over the weekend or something. We'd go to that, and then we'd go to parties, and then we'd do like, you know, our church always had stuff. Yeah, we always did all of them to maximize the candy. We would have never missed trick or treat on actual Halloween. Okay, that looks a lot better now. Although I need to fix, I accidentally created a little wing there, and I'm not supposed to have a wing there. So let's get my concealer back out. Okay. Now, I want to go in and create all the little dotting that's in the picture. Where is everything? Okay. Like I said, I got so much stuff here, I'm just losing it. Okay, first thing I'm going to go in and just do the little dotting here. Okay. Let's see if I can fix this one up a little bit. Alright, let's see if we can create these dots without being too crazy. Okay, not too bad. Okay, so that part I think is done. Obviously I'm not as good as her, but I'm getting there, and that's the important thing. So I got these just cheap Ardell Bat Those Lashes in Mermaid. They're their Halloween line, so they're not as probably nice as their regular ones, but they're not meant for everyday wear. Go ahead, and I am going to curl my lashes here first. This is the step I always forget. I don't know why it's so hard for me to curl my lashes, but it really is. Little bit of my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir just to put a little base on there. With all the dark lining. I don't even think my lower lashes are so small. I don't even think they're going to show up. Oh wow. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can do the lashes with these fake nails. Alright. And I have worn these once and they seemed to be the right size. So Ardell's just seem to be the right size for me, and I don't seem to have to cut them down. Oh, that's way too much. Down a little bit. Not much, but just a little. Oh. And the white spot, the glue will dry down. It'll just take a few moments. The color, I mean, will go away when it dries down. Super long, but they're coming straight out and not up, so it's kind of harder to see them. Maybe you can see them that way. All right, let's try the other one. Come on. Tweezers. Oh, if you guys could see my vanity, I have so much, and it's all, almost all makeup and makeup related. I have things set out so I don't forget that I want to use them or use them in a video. I have a whole box of stuff that I'm giving to other people so that I don't forget it. Because with me, it's definitely out of sight, out of mind. Oh, follow the tweezers. Ah! Oh no! Oh, there it is. That could have been a disaster. Okay, let's try this again. I swear I am getting better at putting these things on. Just not today. Okay. All right, while we're waiting for those to dry down, I'm gonna move on. Now, it's not, you don't really see too much other makeup at all in the picture. I haven't done any kind of contouring or anything. I don't think I'm going to, but what I am going to do is I'm going to add some little cheek, almost like a doll look to it. So I'm using my Colourpop Supershock Growth Flirt. And I'm just going to go around in a little circle. Probably a little not probably, definitely darker than I would normally. Kind of right on the apples of my cheeks. And I want it to be obvious that it's kind of a circle there. Also going to go back in with my eyeliner and add a couple little freckles there. Very unrealistic freckles, but just to give a little something extra there. Now for, oh, I gotta finish lining my eyes. Got my L'Oreal Infallible. Oh, it needs sharpening. I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Infallible into my waterline. Okay, now, believe it or not, I do not have any black lipstick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try using this, put the rest of my lipstick on, and I think I will go over it with a liquid eyeliner, but let's start here. I don't think I'm going to do the little mouth extensions. It didn't look very great on me last time. We'll see. Might as well exaggerate a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to start with that so I get the line down. Then I'm going to go in with a couple things. I'm going to start out with this L'Oreal Infallible in Stirred. I did buy a cheap, like, $1 specifically Halloween makeup. It was really cute, the case was and everything, but the formula was not for me. And these L'Oreal Infallibles will last a lot longer. I always hate reapplying Halloween makeup. Okay, I'll let that dry down just a bit. And then I'm going to go over the black with this, which from prior experience, it's very weird to put a liquid eyeliner on your lips. But you get such a better line. That's better. And the final step I'm going to try, I want this to be a little more glistening in the middle without doing gloss. So I have from the Fire and Ice Dragons collection from the Wet n Wild, I have this loose pigment in, what color is it? Fire Rain. And I'm just going to try, I hate the way this comes out. Barely anything comes out. Let's try that. See if I can get more of the sparkle I want. A little. And I'm also then be just in the middle. It's the gold. There we go. I have a silver too. Let's add just a little silver to the very middle. That's better. That's more what I'm looking for. Okay, let me clean everything up and I'll be back to go over everything. I'm back with the final look. I cleaned up the edges of the lips just a little bit and I added this cute little hat that I bought at Michael's for $4 because it was on clearance this weekend. You gotta love it when they clearance the Halloween stuff before Halloween. Alright, so I mean, this wasn't a super simple look, but, you know, for Halloween makeup, I don't think it was too bad. And there wasn't, besides the eyelashes and the nails, there's not a single thing here that I bought specifically for this. I did this with all just makeup that I had. And I just wanted to show you, you know, you don't have to be the greatest artist. You don't have to be able to draw wounds and all kinds of horrible things or mermaid scales on yourself to be able to participate in Halloween. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Just use what you have. Go online, Google some Google some makeup looks that you're looking for and just have fun. Try to recreate them. It's Halloween. Nobody's gonna care if you look crazy. So, all right. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. Try not to eat too much of the chocolate. You always got to eat some, but don't eat too much. All right, and I will see you after Halloween. I guess we'll be getting into Thanksgiving season then, finally. Not Christmas. Thanksgiving comes first. Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.